everybody, this is Noble, and today we are back. Finally, I've been talking about it forever. Definitely was pushed out further than I anticipated it to be, and this is like my first deck profile in I think like 8 months, which is really crazy to say. Just want to take a moment to say, you guys who like are still sub to the channel, and like I've been getting messages from a lot of people. Just you guys have been so patient, so understanding, so very supportive, and I really appreciate it. I feel like myself, if I had a YouTuber who I liked who was doing deck profiles, they kind of went incognito with sporadic updates for this amount of time, I would get frustrated. But you guys have been so amazing, like I said, just so supportive. So I am just truly grateful. You guys are fantastic. I am super excited. Got new equipment, new microphone, new lighting, new decks. Got a ton of cards here, so I can't wait to just rip open boxes and get these deck profiles underway. But first off, we are starting off with a brand new one. I've never done this one before, the Starry Night deck profile. It's definitely not new. It's new for this channel. And I can't wait to just give you guys my take on this, kind of more of a pure build. There's definitely several different variants that I am going to attack and showcase for you guys later on down the road. But before we get started, if you don't mind, first video in deck profile at least in like 8 months, give this video a thumbs up. It allows my stuff to circulate around YouTube. If you aren't already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And let's jump right on into this Starry Night deck profile. I'm so excited. First off, we're going to be playing triple Starry Night Starry Dragon. Oh my gosh, this is so good. So good to be back. What this card does, if this card is normal or special summon from the hand, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So it's a pop on summon, and that's really cool. The fact that it does either normal or special summon, it's really versatile. I like that a lot. It cannot be destroyed by battle with a Dark Monster or by Dark Monster's effects, which has some niche little protection, which is interesting. Like, this deck was definitely not meant to be like a contender for meta or anything like that. It's a fun deck, and the fact that like the big boss monster does have some type of protection, that is really cool. I kind of like the fact that it's against a Dark Monster as well. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can banish that opponent's monster until the end phase. Also, this card can make a second attack in a row. So it's really cool. You can basically banish something, get something off the field, and make a second attack. That's just really awesome. And then there's also some effects later on we'll get to in the deck that boosts the attack power. So you're not just smacking something basically like a Dark Magician. It does get beefier. Next up, we're playing triple Star Knight Rayo. 8 months later, I still can't pronounce anything, so I'm sure you didn't think that would change. But when this card is normal summon, you can add one Star Knight spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So literally on normal summon, this thing is a search, and you have some powerful spells and traps in this deck for this deck, so that is really helpful. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Starry Night monster in your graveyard, accept another copy of this card, and special summon it. You can only use each effect of Star Knight Rayo once per turn. One day I'll get it. That's a joke. I'll never get it. Next up, we're playing triple copies of Star Knight Astal. Quick effect, you can target one light monster you control, tribute it, and if you do, special summon one level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. So obviously, you're going to be getting out your beefy dragon. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one level 7 light dragon monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. This is what I was talking about. You can only use each effect of Star Knight Astal once per turn. This might be my favorite card of the deck, actually. I really like it. I really use it a lot. Next up, I'm playing triple copies of Star Knight Flamel. I don't know. Now this one, the ratios definitely differ. Like I said before, this is more of a pure build. Later on down the road, when I go into different variants of this, I will be dropping this ratio. But just for like the more pure build, I did want to play it at 3. It has a really cool effect. To when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send this card from your hand or face up to the graveyard, or face up field to the graveyard, and special summon one level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. So that is really neat. A quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one level 7 light dragon monster you control or in your graveyard and return it to your hand. You only use one Star Knight Flamel, I like Flamel, effect per turn and only once that turn. And his art is really cool. Like, I remember back when I heard this stuff was like these cards were coming out, I really liked the art on these guys. I'm running one Starry Night Orbital as well as, actually that's a lie, I'm running 2. I don't know why I said 1. Sorry. 2 Starry Night Orbitals as well as one Starry Night Seal. What Orbital does is quick effect, you can target one light monster you control, tribute it, and if you do, set one Starry Night spell trap directly from your deck. Being able to set, like, obviously setting in this day and age isn't like overwhelmingly powerful, but being able to set a back row straight from your deck is still a really powerful effect. If a face-up level 7 light dragon monster you control returns to the hand while this card is in your graveyard, which it probably will be, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card. You can use each effect of Starry Orbital once per turn. And then what Seal? Seal? What he does is if this card is in your hand, you can return one Starry Night monster or one level 7 light dragon monster you control to the hand, except another copy of this card, special summon this card. If you control no monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. You can use each effect of Starry Night Seal once per turn. As far as like the more generic stuff, I'm running one Honest and one Effect Veiler. Honestly, no pun intended, I promise. First video, I'm not trying to come out with a pun like this, but that was kind of funny. But honestly, I'm so lame. Please don't unsub. Honestly, I really thought about running two Honest, and just because it really synergizes well with this deck of everything being light. If you want to get rid of Effect Veiler and run a second Honest, I really don't blame you on that one. And then also, I'm just running triple Control and Lock as well as triple Ash. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Love these hand traps. You know, this one's my favorite. Yeah. So that's actually it for the monsters, guys. Let's move on into the spells. So for the spells, I'm running triple Starry Night Ceremony. Oh, out of practice. Oh my goodness. What this card does is during your main phase, you can reveal one light fairy monster in your hand, and if you do, add one level 7 light dragon monster from your deck to your hand, and then place that reveal monster on the bottom of your deck. So if your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon one level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. You'll use one Starry Night Ceremony effect per turn and only once per turn. So it is a hard once per turn, but this card does a lot of things and it's awesome. I love it. Next up, running triple Starry Night Balefire, I believe is how you say it. This one's really awesome. Might be the best art in the whole deck in my opinion. But you add one Starry Night monster or one level 7 light dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Then, if you control no monsters and your opponent controls a dark monster, you can special summon one level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. You only activate one Starry Night Balefire per turn. So, this deck is really powerful against dark decks. Like obviously, like if you're playing like some type of like magician deck or like dark magician deck or something like that. This is going to be a fun deck to play. Again, this is not, you're not going to like destroy the meta with this. But this thing, it can hold its own, and it does get more powerful against dark decks, which I think that's a really cool effect. Honestly, the fact that you get an extra effect or two with some of these cards when you're playing a deck that's like mainly used with dark or like dark monsters, that's awesome. For the more generic stuff, I'm running triple Pot of Extravagance. Honestly, I think this is like a staple in this deck because this deck does not revolve around the extra deck. I mean, it can if you want to run it that way, but to play it, you don't have to. So just being able to get more draw power is fantastic. Also running triple Dark Ruler No More as well as one Upstart Goblin. And again, this is very flexible. You can literally put whatever you want in these slots. This is not, you don't have to run this to play this deck. It's just what I'm playing, what I'm having fun with. So for the traps, I'm running double Starry Night Arrival as well as double Starry Night Blast. So what Arrival does is it's a continuous trap, and during the main phase, you can activate one of these effects, target one level 7 light dragon monster you control, return it to the hand, or special summon one level 7 light dragon monster from your hand. You can only use this effect of Starry Night Arrival once per turn. And then what Starry Night Blast does is when your opponent activates a card or effect, return one level 7 light dragon monster you control to the hand, negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card. You only activate one Starry Night Blast per turn. I really wish this was a counter trap. I wish it was a little bit faster, but it's still a good card, and the fact that, you know, having your boss monster, your main deck boss monster on the field, and be able to put this down and have some type of play and some type of negate and some type of pop, that is nice. Again, I wish it was a little bit quicker, but it's still cool. So that's actually it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. The extra deck is nothing extravagant. It's really just generic stuff. The extra deck is extraordinarily flexible because you don't really have to have anything in particular to play it. So what I'm choosing to go with is a Dagusto Emerald, Evil Storm Exciton Knight, a number 60 Dugarus, I believe is how you say it, the Timeless, one Abyss Dweller, a few level 7, ironically they're dark, exceeds, but the number 11 Big Eye. If you don't know what Big Eye does, I like them a lot because once per turn you can detach one material from this card, then target one monster your opponent controls. Take control of that monster. This card cannot attack the turn this effect is activated. I run this a lot in my Red Eyes deck. It's a pretty cool card. Also running one Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation, as well as one Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon as well. I mean, come on, it's a level 7 deck. Pretty much I need to run a Red Eyes Flare Metal. I'm running one Sounding Great Almirage, as well as one IP Masquerena, one Nightmare Cerberus, one Nightmare Phoenix. I really missed my collector's rare. I kind of forgot I had it. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. One Nightmare Unicorn, love the new art. One Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax, one Apollosa, and then lastly, one Access Code Talker. Again, excuse me, all this is really flexible because this deck does not revolve around the extra deck. I say this a lot with decks like this, but decks that don't revolve around the extra deck are just, they're really fun, and I think they're kind of freeing in a way because things just revolve around the extra deck so much in order to win. Having decks, again, even if they're not going to be very competitive, it's still really fun to be able to just kind of burn through your extra deck to get more draw power in the main deck. But yeah, guys, that's actually it for the Starry Night deck profile. Like I said, it wasn't anything super flashy or fancy. It's kind of more of a pure Starry Night build. Again, I will be going through different variations of this deck because there's definitely things you can do to kind of turbo out some more extra deck monsters and kind of get more level 7 bodies on the field. And those particular builds are really fun as well. So I definitely will be cranking out some different variations of this deck profile, but I just kind of wanted to start off one of more of a pure one. First one back in 8 months, I didn't want to do anything too crazy. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how happy I am to have uploaded this video. Like, I am going to sleep so fantastic tonight. I'm so excited. Yeah, guys, like I said before, if you haven't already done so, now's a great time to subscribe. I won't go 8 months incognito again. Like, I'll do at least one more profile before I do that. I'm just kidding. No more. I'm here to stay. Noble is here to stay. Like this video if you haven't done so already, and hit that bell so you become part of the notification team so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.